And we welcome you to historic Crocker Field here in downtown Fitchburg for the 2025 Patriots Girls Flag Football League Central West Division Championships. Good evening, everyone. I'm Daniel Bolak. Happy to have you along with us here today. It is the number 4 seed Fitchburg Red taking on the number 5 seed Leominster 2. So Fitchburg Red coming into this game with a record of 11-5, Leominster 2 with a record of 10-6. These teams have played each other a couple of times this season. For Fitchburg Red, they played on Monday the 28th and here at Crocker Field, won that game 8-0. The other meeting was a 19-13 win for the Raiders on May the 13th. That game was actually in Holden, interestingly enough. As we will see, Leominster 2 will start with the ball, and nearly dropped there. The throw is complete. Nearly started the exact same way that Fitchburg Gray's first play from scrimmage went. Nearly dropped for a safety. But ultimately, that worked out. Second down, that doesn't go to fruition. That time, a bit of a wild snap. Quarterback not able to get a clean handle on it. Quarterback for Leominster 2, wearing number 20, was not on the roster I had earlier in the season. There's some play action. Throw downfield, incomplete. Just a bit overthrown. It'll be a 3 and out after all of that. I do know that during the pregame, they were giving out the honors for the standout players, and there was a name I did not recognize on Leominster 2. And I have to imagine that that's the player in question. But I didn't hear her name clearly enough. Now we'll see Fitchburg Red with their first possession of the contest. Pena on first down, handoff, Leilani and Gracia. Goes to the left side, big burst of speed. 3 different Blue Devils close in on her. I think Leila Fernandez was the one who got the pole there. Here's second down, another throw, another run. It's Gracia to the right side, pouncing up the middle. Thinks she's got enough for a first down. Pretty close to it. Extremely close to it. Not quite there, though. Third down and about a yard to go. Have to pass this time. No option. Throw to the left is complete. Ball released by Bia Pena into the hands of Maeve Palmer before the flag was pulled of Pena. And that'll be a first down for the Raiders. First and 10 coming. And Gracia to the right, keeping her feet about her. Rushing downfield and getting great yardage on first down. That run game's working pretty well for the red and gray right here. Look like they're just in front of the no-run zone, so they can have another go if they want. Pena's going to throw, though. Throws to the left side, just out of the reach of Shamari Rodriguez. Third down coming for the Raiders here. You only get 3 shots in enemy territory to score. Raiders line up 3 to the right. Pena rolling, lofts it. Rodriguez can't haul it in. Raiders showed great momentum on this first drive, but ultimately stopped about 6 yards short. See Leominster 2 now with their second drive of the contest. Left down quarterback, lofting it to the right side. It's caught, and the flag not pulled. It's going to be a touchdown. And the Blue Devils are on the board, 6-0. And right now is a bad time for me to learn that Leominster 2 made some roster changes and some number shuffles since the last time we saw them, because 12's not on my roster either. There'll be a conversion attempt to throw to the right side. Out of the reach, but a flag is thrown. Looked like a number of infractions signaled against the Raiders is what I saw. Will be half the distance to the goal and a reprieve. A 1-point conversion from 2.5. Tipped up and incomplete. 6-0 Leominster 2 in front early on in this contest. Raiders got much of their yardage on the ground on their first drive. Marched most of the way down the field, but stalled out 6 yards away. Rodriguez can't make the catch on first down. Ball just a little bit behind her. Second down coming, Pena, throw over the middle. Rodriguez has it this time. Rodriguez able to get to the hash marks. The first catch for the senior in this contest. Here's third down. Pena looks to the right for the play. Rolls to the right, fake the handoff a little bit, throw across the field, and Gracia can't haul it in. And a 3-and-out going here. Blue Devils will have it back. They lead 6-0, 8 minutes gone. First down, rolling, throwing, downfield. And incomplete. Well overthrown. Unfortunately, with those roster developments and the changes that have been made, without my knowledge, I can't really find any comfort in calling out some of the Leominster players, the ones that I don't have numbers for. I just flat out can't tell you who they are. The throw goes to the right side. Josiah Compra is able to make the catch. Third down coming. with pressure in the pocket. Solid throw downfield, but incomplete. Double coverage there. The Blue Devil receiver, number 12, who's been all over the place in the early going of this contest. Again, whose number is not on my roster, so I cannot identify her even if I want to. Raiders first down, Rodriguez with the catch. Shamari Rodriguez breaking off a lot of tackles there, getting solid yardage. Gracia will get the run there. Looks like she's past the line to gain. It'll be a first down. Raiders are always so quick to the line. Always ready. Next play. Boom, boom, boom. Pena throws a Gracia incomplete. Talked about it. One of the challenges today is trying to make sure the balls are as dry as they can be because of all the precipitation we've had coming around. It's definitely tapered off a little bit from what it was earlier in the game. My mechanical pencil was having trouble writing on my stat sheets, you see, as the wind was blowing the rain in. Gracia unable to make the catch there either. Here's third down. Gracia gonna have to try to take it all the way here and try to dance out of all these tackles. She'll make it to the numbers. With it being third down, officials will talk for a moment, but unless there's a penalty against Leominster, and there does not appear to be a penalty against Leominster, it will not be enough for the red and gray, who will turn it over. The auto punt after the third failed down in enemy territory. And off on first down. Good run for a couple of yards. Blue Devils huddle up, and now they'll make their way. The snap, the roll, throw is incomplete. This 20-12 connection flying right under my radar, it would seem, but it seems that's the favored connection, of course. The two players whose numbers I don't have are the ones that are hooking up for pretty much all of the plays for Leominster 2. And they're playing quite well. Here's third down. Time in the pocket. Throw is going to be caught. The flag will be yanked before the marker. Catch made short of the first down, but in such a position that see themselves going for it here. The Blue Devils will go for it. The chuck down the right sideline. Everybody all tied up and nowhere to go. Raiders will take advantage of the turnover on downs. So here's first down for the Raiders. It's Ingracia through the hole on the left side. Gets some solid yards. But yeah, you can see that's where the Raiders are finding the most success right now, is that ground game with the senior Leilani Ingracia. Breaking downfield, it's worked pretty well for him. Second down, Pena wants to throw. That one rejected, the throw to the right side, knocked down. Third down coming for the Raiders, trying to get on the board here against Leominster 2. Pena throwing across the field and knocked down and incomplete. Layla Fernandez able to get her hand on that and knock it away. Blue Devils continue to lead 6-0. A touchdown catch and run. Number 20 of the Blue Devils to number 12 of the Blue Devils, known only to friends and family. There's that connection trying to connect again. Pass incomplete. Second down coming for the Blue Devils. Rolling out to the right. Thrown upfield, nearly intercepted. Naomi Lau Torres had a great look on that ball. Best of them all, but couldn't really gather it in. The Devils taking plenty of time to call on the play. We are late in the first half. Probably aware there's not a whole lot of time left. Get me a handoff. Run backwards to go forwards, and ultimately progress stopped just past the numbers for a gain of about 5. It looks like this is about the time that we would have reached the point that it would be halftime. With the score, Leominster 2-6 and Fitchburg Red 0. As strong as the run game has been for Fitchburg Red in this contest, it's actually a bit of a surprise they were held off the board. Looking across the field at some of these other contests, we see Leominster 2 here. So obviously they beat Wachusett 2. You can tell you South Lancaster beat Veritas Prep in the first game. We all know that Veritas 1 beat Fitchburg Gray. In the far right, I see Springfield International So they took down Groton Dunstable. Ultimately, Veritas won's victory, the only one of the 4 opening round games in which the lower seed was the victor. And even then, that was an 8 versus 9. And now we can begin this second half of football. Loaded forward for Shamari Rodriguez. She's able to make the catch, get to the hash marks before her flag is yanked. Second down now for the Raiders. Ingracia. Pretty close to midfield. Looks like she's just a yard or so short. Gracia's explosive runs have gotten her side some great yardage. But now inside 5 of the marker, they can't go for the run here on third down. They must pass it. Line up 3 to the right. And just over the head of Maeve Palmer. Raiders are close to the line to gain. And they are going to go for it. Anthony Equendo, the head coach of the Raiders, is named Coach of the Year in the Central West Division. As the throw to the right, and oh, just through the hands of Alanette Diaz. Got to where the ball needed, got to where she needed to be, but just falls through the hands. A turnover on downs, Leominster with a short field and 3 shots to score. If you're tuning in now, you missed that to my horror. A number of Leominster players are wearing numbers that are not on my roster, so I am stuck in a limbo of not being able to identify them. As the pass to the right side is incomplete, the quarterback number 20, the lead receiver number 12, who has the lone score in this contest on a catch and run. Also seen number 23 out there, who also is not on my roster. For long-time watchers of FATV, you may know that Raymond Luxury Atched is my go-to placeholder name for a missing number, but I obviously can't use that in girls flag football for a number of reasons. And there's a great sack there for the Raiders. Adrina Sisavat able to yank the flag there. Blue Devils spreading it out for third down. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and large gaps in between all of them. As it's chucked up there. Bit of a dead duck, but with the challenge and the pressure, Naomi Lau Torres trying to pull it in. Wasn't able to get it, but nevertheless, incompletion is an incompletion. And a 3 and out for the Blue Devils. The auto punt places the ball at the Fitchburg 5-yard line, and they'll start again. About 4 minutes gone in this low-scoring contest, 6-0. It's a run for Ingracia. She's found tremendous success on the ground in this contest. She's able to get to the hashes on first down. I believe that's at least the 8th carry for Ingracia in this game. More runs than we had in the first game combined between the two teams. Shamari Rodriguez has the catch on second down. And gets just across midfield for a first down. Gracia again to the left side, gets to the hashes, a gain of about 9. The Raiders are definitely winning the yardage battle, I'd have to say. So Gracia's got the reception. Driving out to the right. Their flag yanked about 3 yards from goal. I believe that's the first reception for Gracia in this contest. Knocked it on the doorstep. Got to get a pass off. Throw to Gracia. And she's in there for a touchdown. She makes the catch right on the goal line. Leilani Gracia ties the game at 6. Now a significant conversion attempt here. Raiders score on this, they'll take the lead. Pena lost the ball for a moment and then couldn't get a clean release. Looked like she just had it bobble in her hands for a moment and just didn't quite get the grip on the football. A tremendous amount of water vapor in the air tonight, or at least compared to what I was expecting, at least weather-wise. Now we're tied 6-6. Leominster's broken out a couple big plays. Now Ava Connor stepping in at quarterback. Throw right up the middle is caught. Second down coming for the Blue Devils. Again, it'll be Connor rolling hard to the right, gets the throw off. There's the catch made by 20. She's been the quarterback in this contest, but now she'll get her first reception in this game. Third down coming for the Blue Devils. Still have to get about 9 or 10 yards to get a first down. Got to get to midfield. Connor scrambling to her right. Pass is short and out of the reach and incomplete. There's Maya Comprez looking for that one. Blue Devils got together, talked about it, and decided just a little too far to gamble here. They'll give the ball back to the Raiders. About 10 minutes to go in regulation in this quarterfinal matchup here in the girls' Central West Flag Football Championships. First down is a run. It's Gracia. Loaded up that left side. She's only able to get a few yards. Right down in the middle of the numbers. Quick dump off pass, and Gracia ends up running basically right into number 20. And the ball drops from there. Because they're bringing the ball back to the numbers there, they're going to say that's an incompletion. Third down, thrown across, catch is made. Gracia trying to get to the sideline, but there are all the Blue Devils to meet her just past the hash marks. It's a solid completion, but it'll lead to fourth down. And it will be a punt. Leilani Ingrassi has been the go-to player for the Raiders in this contest. About 10 runs from my count. And she's got 3 catches, including the touchdown that tied the game here in the second half. Connor will switch back to receiver. Here's the throw. It comes to Connor, standing right in the middle. Tries to reverse direction. The flag gets yanked after a few yards. Ball right in the middle of the numbers. I think that's the first catch for Connor in this contest. Second down, under lots of pressure, throw downfield, gathered it and caught! A big catch for the Blue Devils. And a first down from there. At least the third catch on that connection from 20 to 12. Again, a reminder to our viewers, the roster that I had coming into today woefully inadequate for the job tonight. Thus, I don't have the numbers for those players as the throw to Connor on the first down is incomplete. So if I call a player only by her number and by her name, not by her name, it's because I don't know what her name is. As much as it pains me to admit that. Here's second down coming for the Blue Devils of Leominster 2. Trying to retake the lead. There's all the pressure, a hesitation. A slight bit of a collision there between Serena Vu and the Leominster quarterback. But there was a mutual understanding. There was no malice there on the collision and the incompletion and all that. They acknowledge that and they move on. So with that incompletion, we're now looking at third down for the Blue Devils, their last shot to score on this drive. Time in the pocket, throw to the right side, and I think Richard Santana had the best view of all on that ball. So that's not gone quite to plan for the Blue Devils. Raiders get the ball back, still 6-6. Can see looking into the light stands, precipitation continues to fall here on Crocker Field. The direction of the wind has changed from earlier in the contest, though. As here is Ingrassi on the reception. Plenty of juke moves, a handful of yards gained. Shortens the field a little bit. Here's second down. Thrown across the body. Over Ingrassi through the hands of a Blue Devil defender. And incomplete quickly, third down. Mania, play action, fakes the handoff to Ingrassi, gets the throw off to Ingrassi. She scrambles to the near side. She's got the first down. She's still in bounds. She's still on her way. She's going to make it. Touchdown, Red Raiders. I think it's a touchdown. The officials are going to come together and discuss. All those moves there by Leilani Ingrassi. This call will be big because it'll be the difference between, do the Raiders have the lead? Or is it something else? Third official will come in. If our two officials who were there to initially make the call had a split decision, they're going to rule Ingrassi, I think, short of the goal line. So it will remain 6-6. But now the Raiders 3 shots from a yard away. First down, a quick rush throw goes in between everybody. Raiders will still have 2 more shots. And the Blue Devil coaching staff is going to call time here late in this contest. It's quite the position here. The score is 6-6. We're late in the second half. Blue Devils got to score early on their first possession of the game, their second possession of the game, excuse me. The Raiders able to respond here in the second half. Here's second and goal for the Red Raiders. It's shovel pass and cannot be cleanly handled by Shamari Rodriguez. She slams the sprint turf in frustration. The execution was there. Now the Raiders know they have to score on this throw here. And they are! Elenette Diaz with the touchdown! Imagine the tension for the Raiders. 1 yard from goal with the no run zone in force. 3 shots, all have to be passes. Finally, on the third and final try, they get it in there. Now looking for the conversion. Pena throws across her body, tipped it, intercepted. Raiders able, let's see. I think there was an inadvertent whistle in all of that. It was intercepted, and you can return it for a 2. Did not look like the flags of 23 were pulled. And you could see the frustration on her face. If she was able to make it back and make it a 12-8 game, that's the difference between the Blue Devils not needing a conversion if they score. But the problem is, once you ring that bell, you can't unring it. Leominster can only settle for the conversion being stopped. We go deep on first down, the 20-12 connection. But now they allow Torres is able to break it up. Well, the Blue Devils know that they don't have a whole lot of time to work with. The timer on your screen unofficial, but we're very, very late in this second half of play. This could be the last drive for Leominster 2. Over the right side, it's going to be caught. A diving tackle there by Shamari Rodriguez. At least the 4th catch for number 12, who's got the lone touchdown for Leominster 2. There's the deep ball downfield, going for it all, and it's going to be intercepted! Shamari Rodriguez able to pull that one in and quite possibly seal this game. In fact, she has sealed this game. It's going to be a 12-6 win for Fitchburg Red. Leominster got the lone score in the first half, but Fitchburg able to strike twice in the second half. They definitely looked like the more explosive team, and I mentioned, too, that it was surprising for how many times they were able to make their way downfield, but just not quite finish the job. It was a bit surprising they weren't able to find any points in the first half. But they were able to break through a couple times, got a couple of scores, and made it stand up. And with that game-sealing interception, the Raiders will take the victory, and they will go on to the semifinals to take on the winner of the 1-8 matchup, the 1-9 matchup, I guess, between Leominster 1 and Veritas 1. And of course, it goes without saying that the winner of that semifinal game is going to get a trip to the state tournament. And it could very well be, you know, we see Leominster 1 on the sideline to our left. They're going to be the opponent. They've taken down Veritas 1. And between Leominster and Fitchburg, only one of those teams is going to go back to the state tournament. You know, the first year, they both went. The second year of this flag football league, they both went. But this year, only one of them can go. And we'll find out who it's going to be. But if you're only interested in this game, and I imagine there's not going to be too many people who are only interested in this game, but if you were only interested in this game, for Travis Falk on camera, I'm Daniel Bolak saying thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time. Until then, so long from Fitchburg.